Hello, friends. Welcome to today's topic. So, we are going to look at one of the important aspects of the cosmological perturbation theory, that it is linear perturbation theory. The perturbation theory that we are going to study or we are studying in this lecture series is linear in nature. Its order is first order. Let us understand this concept properly. If you have not seen the perturbation in general relativity, do not worry. We will cover all the important aspects in this course. We will lay the foundation properly before we talk about the advanced concept. And the general relativity perturbations are not assumed for you to follow this material. So let me explain what do we mean by linear perturbation. The perturbation theory that we are studying is the linear perturbation theory. So we have mentioned that there are two gauges. Caret gauge is gauge 1, tilde gauge is gauge 2, and the coordinates in these two gauges are related by this transformation vector xi alpha. So xi alpha is basically a small change in this x alpha caret. So xi alpha is a small coordinate change, in the values of the coordinates of gauge 1 so that you can get the coordinates of gauge 2. So this xi alpha is a very small change. Now if you ignore xi alpha, then both the coordinates are equal, and then you can say that you are writing the zero order expression. So in the zero order expression, they both will be the same. And when you are writing the first order expression, then you bring in this perturbation, this linear perturbation. We say this is linear perturbation or the first order perturbation, because there is one term here. It is not its degree is 1, so it is the degree is not squared, not cube, not to the power fourth. There's no under root here, no cube root here, but the degree of this term is 1, power is 1, so it is of first order or linear order, and its derivative is also of first order. It's single derivative, or it's if you take multiple derivatives also. For example, if I write beta, gamma, they are also of first order. So these are first order terms. Xi alpha, its derivative with respect to x beta, its derivative with respect to x beta, and then x gamma, they are all of first order. Now, what are the second order terms? Second order terms are when you multiply two first order terms, the term that you get is second order. So multiplication of two first order terms is of second order. For example, you are multiplying, for example, you multiply this xi alpha, xi beta, or you multiply xi alpha with xi beta with respect to derivative with respect to gamma, or you multiply two derivatives of xi. So when you are multiplying two linear order terms. Each of this is a linear order. See, this is linear, this is linear, this is linear. So when you are multiplying two linear order terms, the term that you get is second order. And we are ignoring higher order terms. What does that mean? That when we are writing equations in the background universe, in the FRW universe, when we are writing equations, we keep only zero order. That means we ignore the perturbation also. We ignore xi alpha also there. Xi alpha is basically a small variation. So we ignore that variation when we are writing zero order equation. And the background, when you write, when we will look at the perturbation equations, the equations that we get in the background universe, they are of zero order, means there is no perturbation, no variation. And when we are writing the first order equations in the linear perturbation theory, cosmological perturbation theory is linear perturbation theory, we will keep terms only up to first order. We will ignore all the second order terms. And second order and higher order terms. So that means terms which are like this, in which two linear terms are multiplied, two linear perturbations are multiplied, those terms we will ignore. So linear perturbation, we will keep linear perturbations only. So in linear we keep the perturbation terms 0, and in keep zero order terms, we keep the perturbation terms which are only up to first order, and such we will ignore second order and higher order perturbations. So this is important point. That means if we, in our calculations, if we see terms like this, we will say they are second order, and we will just simply drop these terms.